What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Anderson. I hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to those that celebrate. It was a blast for us. Nice to have 4 days off of work in a row. We've got a couple things in the works and I wanted to get you guys up to date on a few of them, and might as well just catch you guys up by showing you, right? All right, first off, project on the lift is still a secret, so sorry, but you're gonna have to wait. But I did do something cool this weekend. I finally did my first ever welds to extend the shifter. I built this bracket, so that's what we did with the outside, but on the actual shift rod, we had to add the same piece of steel that we used here to extend this. Yeah, I got to do my first welds. They're not pretty, but they're strong and they did the job, and now with paint on them, they look beautiful. So here's the videos of me trying to do that for the first time.
About this far off of the wire, about that far off, and then when you hit the button, it'll push the wire down into it, and then it'll start arcing.
Okay.
Yeah. And then just put your hand over, instead of like put your hand one piece on the material, like on the handle there, and just use one hand there, but get close.
Right here?
Yeah, and try to rest your hand maybe. You're just going to do that real quick puddle on that edge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Rest my hand, what do you mean?
Well, just try to hold everything steady.
Oh, okay.
So you got, yeah, you're not shaking or
And
anything.
the wire away from me, you said?
Yeah, just a little bit, and then when you push it, it'll push the wire towards it and start the arc.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, yeah, just like that. And then you can do the same thing, moving across or up it.
Okay.
Start on the back there, and then I always lean towards the right, just because that bar seems to be taking the heat a lot better.
Oh.
You get stuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quick.
Not pretty, but alright. Should hold.
Yeah, as long as you got some on the bar. As long as you got a little bit on the bar, you know.
My first weld, guys. Not pretty, but I think it'll do the job. Alright guys, part 2. That was not good.
Huh?
That was not good.
Why? Let's see.
Didn't do much.
Oh, you just need to do a little bit more. Yeah.
There we go.
Huh? Yeah, that looks better. Yeah. Tube.
So.
Yeah, I think you're still going over it a little too fast. Yeah. Let it burn or melt down into it a little deeper.
You don't really see much through these. I thought you would see more.
Oh, like it would completely. Like, I mean, it's not too bad.
Yeah. What the hell was that?
Let me back the feed down a little bit on it. It just got a little ahead of you.
Like it started spinning the wire before it. It's getting ugly.
Yeah, try a little more straight down at it. Just a little bit of an angle. Yeah, just a short angle, but straight down at it like that. Be able to see the puddle a little bit better.
That look right?
Yeah, yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
Oh, dang it. There we go. All right, yeah, that time I could see. So, not great, but they did the job. They're strong, they'll last, and most importantly, they extended the shifter like we needed to. I'm kind of playing around with the idea of picking up a cheap welder, you know, something to have at the house full time. The one that we use right there is from Mike's work. We bring it home sometimes when we need to do little projects like this. But I kind of want to start playing around with it a little more myself. So the cheap Harbor Freight welder, some people have said it's pretty good actually for starting. I might end up picking something like that up. It's like 125 bucks, a mask. It'd probably be like 200, 220 bucks out the door for like all the stuff you need. So, you know, maybe. Now, something cool over here. This weekend, I met a really cool gentleman. Shout out to Tom if you're watching. Much love, man. He gave me a fantastic deal on these old school Sparcos. They are like as cool as could be. They're out of his 74 911 RSR, which was a German import at the time, not even legal in the United States. There's a cool story behind that whole car that he has, but these were in it, and they're like, I don't even know the model of them. I'll show you guys the sticker that's on the bottom, but these are literally so cool. There's a sticker. They've been in the car for like almost 30 years. They're in such good shape. They're dirty, and the cloth is a little bit detached in some areas from like the foam backing, but the foam is still in really good shape. And most importantly, these things fit me like a glove. It's amazing. They're like perfect size and they're so comfortable. So I'm planning to put these in the CLK. I'm trying to reach out to Planted, which is a local company to me, to see if they'd be interested in working with me for the seat brackets and the side rails. So we'll see what happens, but that is definitely a project I have planned upcoming here soon, hopefully. All right, and then the 190E. I know you guys are probably wondering what the heck happened to Bezdin on a budget, what's going on here. I just got really cool news from a new company that is making fuse panel conversions. So we're gonna convert from our little torpedo from these torpedo fuses to traditional blade fuses. They make like this whole little panel. It's super cool. So they're actually gonna send me one for beta testing, and we're gonna make a video on it so you guys can see and get an idea. They're making them for the 124 and the 201, and I just think it's an excellent product. So when I saw it, I hit them up right away like, hey, I'd love to get the word out about what you guys are doing, and they said yes. So we'll be doing that soon. And getting back to this thing in general, it's a mess right now. Well, interior is actually in good shape because we did most of that, but wiring wise, it's a mess. So we got to get back to this thing. The motor is still waiting on its valve cover to be painted. I just haven't caught a good day with like warm enough weather to be able to do that. But once said secret lift project is off the lift, we'll have some room over on the right side of the garage to you know, heat things up over here and do some painting like I did last night for that shift assembly. That said, aside from that, I've been kind of on 24-hour dad duty. We just had a lot of things going on, and that's priority number one always. So I just haven't been able to spend the time like normal on the car projects, but it's all good. In due time, we'll get to things, of course. So I appreciate you guys being patient with, you know, project progress. And that's it. It's Monday morning. I'm gonna hop into the CLK 55 and we'll pick up from there on the way to work. All right, you guys, it is officially cold season, by the way. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to warm up. Dang, I did not know it was gonna be this icy. Oh, would have started this process a little earlier. Okay, here we go. I haven't driven this thing all weekend, actually.
Essentials Ocean Breeze?
Ocean breeze, yes, good. this up. All right, let me let this thing warm up and then I'll catch you guys in a second. All right, guys, well, man, I did not know it's gonna be that cold this morning. 29 degrees. Got 37-degree intake temperatures right now. Yeah, it's gonna take a little while for this thing to get up to temp, so be patient, like I'll be. Slowly see the light, guys. It's getting there. All right, you guys. Sheesh. Well, winter is definitely here. Did not, like I said, realize it's gonna be that cold this morning, but it's okay. I'm not complaining, because realistically, in the rest of the world, probably some of you watching do not think 29 degrees is cold. So let's cruise and talk to you guys a little bit about how this thing has been. All right, you guys, finally warm enough I can turn the heat down a little bit so you can hear me. But this thing, I planned actually to go through the cooling system during this Thanksgiving weekend, but I just didn't get a chance to. My plans, however, on that is I'm basically gonna pull apart what's there, try to reroute the lines, put in my own fluid that I want to run, probably just some distilled water with water wetter from Redline, or I've heard also from a couple people now that the winter mix of like washer fluid solution, it has methanol in it, so that can cool down. Intake temperature is pretty good, and it's good for cleaning in general, keeping these clean. But we'll see, either one of those will work. That's probably what I'll run, and then I'm gonna try to, like I said, reroute the lines in a more efficient manner, see how that goes. If I don't like it, or if I don't like how the box kind of looks in general once I get all the stuff off, then I'll probably just replace the box that's in there right now, because me saying box, by the way, is the reservoir for the supercharger fluid or intake. When I'm saying box, by the way, I'm talking about the reservoir for the fluid on the supercharger intercooler. So it's really nicely welded aluminum, you know, it's a nice little aluminum box that somebody custom fab, but it just wasn't designed the best. The inlet and outlet on the water lines are really close to each other, and they're kind of high up on the box, to be honest. So I don't think the, you know, outlet is really in the most optimal position. And the kicker is it doesn't have a lid built into it, so you can't put like ice or anything into it if you wanted to. So my plan is essentially I'm gonna take that out most likely once I get all this stuff off and get all the coolant drained, and I might just put a smaller tank up closer to the front of the engine bay, and that way I leave the battery cavity open for like intake setups like I have on the C55. And from what I hear, for street driving, sometimes it's better to have a little bit of a smaller size tank or expansion tank for that intercooler fluid, for, you know, like I said, street usage. My plan from that is I'll see how it does, see what it adjusts from going to, you know, a smaller tank and routing things more efficiently or optimally. And then if it's still not, you know, in a happy spot, or I'm still not happy with the performance, then I'll just go ahead and do a trunk tank with ice and everything. So it shouldn't be more than like $200–300 to do a whole setup like that, and I know for sure that will work combined with whatever I have up front. So that's kind of the order of operations I'm thinking. But aside from that, this thing is still wonderful. It's been doing great since we did the fixed pulley, and when I bled the supercharger, it definitely did help. It's keeping temps a little bit lower, but it's still you know, creeps up there to, you know, like 90s, 100s, and I don't really think it should be doing that, especially in the weather that I was testing it. It was like 40 degrees when I was doing pulls with it, and it was still getting up there, and it really shouldn't be doing that. Right now it's at 30 degrees outside, 29 degrees, and we're at 42 degree intake temperature. So that's basically what I've been seeing for the most part, is a 20-degree increase. Right now it's 13 degrees because it's super cold, but anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees above ambient is what I typically see. And I don't know if there's like a threshold, obviously, of, you know, what's the lowest it's going to be realistically, because it's in an engine bay after all. I feel like, you know, 50 degrees should be kind of the minimum, but I don't really know that off the top of my head, to be honest. So yeah, it's just my experiences so far. But other than that, I kind of contemplated at first when I did the fixed pulley, well, maybe I'll, you know, just do a clutched 80mm, but I really do like the performance of the fixed pulley enough to warrant me let's just go down the rabbit hole of cooling and try to figure that whole thing out and make some solutions that way, rather than just, you know, take the easy route and go to a clutched 80mm, because like I said, I like the way it drives with the fixed. All right, you guys want to see me spin the tires? Let's try that again. All right, well, realistically, we're not gonna get a chance to do that again because I'm almost at work and the road is like an ice rink, so yeah. All right, you guys, back at work now, getting into the work day. Couple things to note before we close out this video. All right, so while it's fresh on my mind, I'm having a conversation today soon with somebody about a project potentially coming to the channel. I'm trying to work out the logistics of it, but it would be a huge opportunity for it to happen. And then another thing is I just hit up Josh yesterday, Mercedes Swap Shop. We're gonna work on a tune for the ML55. So hoping to get that by the end of the week and start messing with that thing. I have to do the spark plugs and I want to redo the valve covers and the gaskets on that thing too. So I'll do that, get the tune ready, everything, because I know you guys have been asking me about an ML55 video for a long time now, to be honest, bunch of you guys. So it's more popular than I always think, but there's definitely a heap of you guys that really enjoy the ML55 and content with it. So I will bring it to you, don't worry, soon. Aside from that, I really wanted to make like a junkyard video. I felt like we didn't even get a chance to this summer, besides our trip down to the Bay Area, which is cool, but I haven't been to the pick and pulls over here for so long, but they've just been so dry and empty of anything cool recently, and it's been frustrating. So hoping sometime over the next few months they get some cool cars that are worth checking out, or at least some stuff that I can go get some pieces I know I need off of, but it's just been empty at the junkyards lately. So we got a bunch of stuff going on in the background as always, so I will get those videos out to you guys as soon as possible. I have not been sticking to my regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule at all in the last few weeks, and it's just how it goes. It's life. It's not for any particular reason. It's just a bunch of variables at play, and it's just how it goes sometimes. So we'll get back on track when the time is right, and move on. That's it. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.